Aloha friends! As you know, here in Hawaii we are fortunate to be able to grow and plant things all year round. But we do have a winter season which we call a rainy season, and rightfully so, because around February and March we get so much rain. A lot of times we get almost like hurricane kind of a weather or tropical storms. It could rain for days. We get thunderstorms and big gusts of wind. So in this video, we'll be working on our property during the rainy season. And you will see in just a minute what I'm talking about. When we got to the property last Sunday, it was starting to sprinkle, then it turned into a big rain, then the rain kept going on and off for a while, but we were still able to do some things, and that's what we wanted to show you today.
These ones I just planted just a couple of weeks ago. Look how big they are.
Well, looks like the rain is stopping. That's nice. So we're just looking around, looking for any water damage after the rain. And we see this has washed off all the way to clay. That's why we put mulch here, to prevent it from washing down the hill. Wow, look at this. This was supposed to be a hole for calamandan lime? Yeah. And all the water running from the hill of our property is gathering here. Wow, and this is what, about 3 feet deep? And we were going to plant a tree today here. Let's come back a little later and see if the water will go down here. It should, because it just stopped raining. So there's puddles everywhere. Our original garden is doing very well. Look at it. I think it's doing very well. And then there's the second one. And the third one, I'm still planting things. But this is encouraging. Looks like rain has an entrance here. I'll have to remulch this right at the entrance. But look at the papayas. Yeah, papayas are getting bigger, and look at the taro. And the sweet potatoes are taking over. That's really good. The banana is finally growing. It was like the shortest thing here. This is the second circle. Things are really small still. So we're going to plant these 2 trees today. These are jabuticaba. These are berries that grow on the trunk of this tree. It's a very slow grower, so we're going to put them like in the corner of the property and wait for some years for them to start fruiting. So this is what we're doing today. So this tree is called Paulista jabuticaba seedling, and we're going to plant it now, so we have to get it out of this bag and see how the roots are doing. Okay, does it look root bound? Wow.
Definitely on the bottom.
Wow. Yeah, those roots on the bottom.
Some ants, but they don't appear to be
Fire ants? No, they're just
fire ants, so that's good. But it's hard to buy these trees not root bound because they're so slow growing.
Yeah.
That to get them to this age, I mean this size, it's already like, you know, it's got to be, it's years old already.
This one is really tough, and we're using some pliers right here to pull it out. We feel like if we don't rough it up and don't undo the things, it will just kind of get stuck like this and won't grow very well.
Or it'll grow just in a circular fashion.
Yeah,
and
kind of suffocate itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a little too low? Okay. Oh, that's perfect actually. Let's move it kind of like sideways like this.
Okay.
I think it will be better.
Now, I want to put just
A little more. Okay. How's that?
this good.
Okay. Should we put it in? Looking good. Now we have some mulch here to mulch it.
Get a lot of nice worms here in this part of the property.
Wow, let me see. Ooh, that's beautiful. Throw him in here. Look at this one. Here, Ryan. Grab it. Okay, one Jabuticaba is done. Let's go on to another one.
Do you want it this direction?
Yeah, that looks good. Well, the second Jabuticaba is planted, but it's starting to rain now. And we hear a lot of thunder. So we'll have to finish up pretty quick here. All right, Jabuticaba number 2 is all done. There's Jabuticaba number 1, and we have sunshine coming out. Oh my goodness. This is funny. It's either raining hard or now it's sunny. Well, good for us. We're gonna do some more work. So what's next, Ryan?
Well, let's go ahead and build a shade cage around this to protect it from insects and a little bit too much harsh tropical sunlight.
Now, what is this? What is this tree?
This is Achachiru.
Achachiru. And if you look behind Ryan, there's 3 shade cages already built. So we'll build another one. Okay, so we're ready to build the cage, but first we need to mulch it. Okay, so we're going to put a T-post in to hold our cage. Okay, we usually do it together, but since I'm filming, Ryan's going to try to do it himself. Let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, put one there. But I mean, I think people get the point. Let me just help you here. I'll just hold it this way.
Do we want to have it join at the main page?
I think so, or at least close to it. Okay. Maybe like that. Yeah, like this. Yeah, this is good. And now we're just going to connect it with some zip ties. Ryan is connecting the little pieces of fencing, little loose pieces of fencing here. And then I'll connect the fencing to the fence post with these clips. Nice and strong.
This is meant to hold it down from the wind. All right, now we're gonna bring the mulch back out to the edges of the cage. Bring it back away from the tree trunk.
Yeah.
And it'll probably spend about a year in the cage.
Yeah, I think you will really like it. So what are we doing now, Ryan?
Well, we're adding some of this Miracle Grow Quick Start to 1 gallon of water. We're gonna water first time with this, primarily to help the plant with transplant shock. So we've got 50% shade cloth, and we're gonna wrap the cage with this. This is 4 feet by 12 feet, and that will cover all the way around.
Here we go.
I start off with just using a clothespin, get it all in place, and then we're gonna use zip ties. So this is 50% shade cloth, and it's meant to both reduce the wind that's blowing through this area, keep it off the trees, as well as to protect it from the harsh sunlight. We don't do this on all of our trees, but we do it on those ones that are most sensitive and those that are the most important to us.
There you go. And here we go. Our fourth cage is all done. And our achachairo is going to be nice and safe inside. Well, it's raining hard again. And we just came to check on this Calamandan lime hole, and as you can see, it's still full of water. So that was the last tree we had to plant today, and probably not going to happen today. But we'll keep you updated on other things we'll be doing here. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear us. We have another project we're working on right now.
So we're just working under the umbrella here at the moment. It's a little bit rainy, but we've got some Mineola tangelos. They've had some problems with rose beetles eating up all the leaves, and somehow they're not attacking the other citrus as much as the tangelos, and so we need a quick fix for today to help you know, put off these rose beetles. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a roll of furniture wrap from Home Depot, and we're just going to take some tomato cages and we're going to wrap this in cling wrap for now. And that, believe it or not, even though the beetles can fly over the top and down, somehow they don't. So when you block the sides either with shade cloth or with cling wrap, it does make a difference, a big difference actually. I'd say it probably reduces the rose beetle bites by about 95% at least. So
yeah, so that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
So this is what the end product looks like.
Yeah, well, this is what it looks like when you're doing it in the middle of a rainstorm. But it's a bit of a mess, but this will temporarily take care of our needs, and then we can revisit it next week and see what we can do.
And it will kind of give it a greenhouse effect, I think, too.
Yeah.
Which, hopefully
So
we'll like it.
we'll just need this for a short period of time, you know, maybe like a month maximum, probably. If we had shade cloth, that would be even better solution, I think, for this. But we've just run out, so we're making do with what we got.
So the rain has stopped, and now we're working on measuring out for more trees and putting the flags where the trees would go, like this one right here. So we have our long measuring tape right here, and Ryan's over there helping me. We want to make sure everything is looking straight. Okay, so these will be 30-foot spacing. Here's the flag at 180. That makes sense. Is it tight? I'm a little bit off. It's like 179.5. It's supposed to be at 180, but we're like 179.6. Yeah, 6 inches. Okay, so here's the first flag. It should be what, 60?
Yeah.
That's about 60, yeah. So it's still a little bit off.
Okay.
Let's put it on this side.
we can correct it if you want to. If you look at those.
Yeah, maybe correct just that one. There you go. That makes sense. Okay, let me take a look at this row. You see the other ones right there? Kind of makes sense, yeah. Okay, now we're going to see the other ones. Okay, so this one was supposed to be at 90. Okay, 90. Okay, jackfruit is at 120. Yeah, it's a little bit off. It's like, again, it's about 6 inches off.
Okay.
So we'll just have to keep being off since we already planted that. This makes sense here. Okay. And this will be 180.
Supposed to be, it's about 8 inches off.
Well, why don't we put it there? Will make more sense this way. Okay.
Does that look a little better?
Yeah, so what are we going to be planting over here, Ryan?
Okay, lychee fruit.
Okay.
And these would be longan fruit.
Longan or dragon eye.
Yeah.
Yum. Can't wait.
Well, we're gonna wrap things up for now. We're gonna head home and get some lunch. Then this afternoon, we're gonna head to town and we're gonna get some supplies, some farm supplies, as well as we're gonna take a look at some trees at a local nursery.
Well, friends, as you can see, we were able to get some things done. We planted 3 trees and made a cage around one. We worked on protecting a couple of more trees and also figured out where to plant some other trees. So our orchard is definitely expanding, and that's very exciting. And we definitely can't wait to have our first fruits of our labors. But the very next day, on Monday, we've had the most dramatic rain episode that I remember since Hurricane Lane. It really seemed like a hurricane. We had so much water coming down so quickly. Our water tank was overflowing over the top. There were puddles everywhere. It seemed like we're just going to start floating into the ocean. And of course, me and the kids were home at that time and Ryan was at work, and we were just wondering what is going on at our property, because we have a waterway there and we have kind of a little bit of a slope. So we were wondering what kind of a damage this rain is doing at our property right now. And so when Ryan came home from work, he went to the property, and while it was still going on, while the rain was still going hard, he took some videos of our waterway and just our property around. And I could not believe my eyes that we've had literally a river going through our property. So I thought it would be interesting for you to take a look at that as well. Well, friends, there you have it. Now you know what we mean when we say it's a rainy season in Hawaii. Thankfully, after assessing some things, we found out there wasn't a lot of damage to our property. The place where you saw the big river flowing into the neighbor's yard, the neighbor's fence was a little bit broken. So after the rain, the next day Ryan came and fixed it up, put it back up so that the pigs don't come from the neighbor's yard into our yard. And other than that, our property did pretty well. All the waterways that the bulldozer man made for us were working pretty good in containing the water in the waterways and not spilling it all over the property. So rain or shine, we're going to continue working on our property, planting our orchards, our food islands. We have been propagating some more plants, like these tomato plants here and some pepper plants. And the seeds for these peppers came from the nursery that we filmed at. And maybe you remember me showing you a red pepper. It was like a little mini red bell pepper, and these are the peppers that are coming up now. From that same video of us trying different fruits, we have these plants here. These are actually mangoes, and these are mangoes that do well in our area, in wet areas. So we're really excited about that. So these are all the updates for today, and even though just a few minutes ago you saw it was really sunny, now the clouds are gray and it's thundering, and I think it's going to rain soon. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I hope to see you in our next video. Aloha and God bless.